I'm getting everything set up to go live on various platforms and also to get jewelry out. See, my outfit goal today is green. Of course, I don't have anything green because that would be easy. So I guess we're going with this gold. That's fine. Jewelry, good to go. I don't know why this phone over here is moving so much slower than my usual phone. I didn't want a live audio room. Give me just a second, guys. I'm having issues over here. Okay, I think we're all set up on that front. Now I just got to get my makeup out. Today we are doing green for abortion rights. Although I am pro-birth for myself, I do not believe that my beliefs or anyone else's beliefs should be forced on another person. And that whatever you do is up to you. Your body, your choice. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you're a sinner or this awful horrible person because you did something that you felt at the time you needed to do. That is your choice. I don't force my beliefs on other people. I would be pretty pissed if they tried to force theirs on me. So, although I do not support abortion completely and entirely as like a form of birth control, and also I think that there are other options, I am not going to tell somebody else what they can and can't do, because that's not my job. My job is to worry about me, myself, and my minor child that lives in my house. That is my concern. So we are doing a look today to support abortion rights. If you don't like it, you are more than welcome to fucking leave. I will not make you stay. However, any disrespectful comments or bullshit that gets started will result in an automatic block. Because I'm not here for it today. So Saturday is usually a day off, which the start of my day was, obviously. You know, I went and got my wife's prescription. I went and got, got my nails done. Yeah. In case you don't know what the colors are, look at all the videos about women's rights right now, and you'll know. And, I went to the library and printed out next week's document, and I got lunch out, and I even got to see my wife for a minute today while she was at work. So, without further ado, we shall get started. With today's colors, we're going to use that green, that green, that doesn't have green, and let's see, what else can we pull out here? Ooh, and this new green, that's really pretty. Yeah, we'll definitely use that one. Ooh, and the one in here. So we're gonna use that instead of this one that I have. We're just gonna use black eyeliner because I don't have because I don't have green eyeliner anymore. Because, well, that's just the way it is sometimes. Congratulations on your 10K. Or on almost getting to 10K. this is why I should not go all day without brushing my hair. Oh. Oh. I desperately need a haircut. Oh, it's no joke. This shit hurts. Oh. Neither. I have brakes. And I'd rather hit a pole. I would swerve to not hit anybody. What kind of question is that? Honestly, if anybody says that they wouldn't just try to hit the brakes and, like, not hit somebody, I'd have some concerns. I don't care how old or young they are, they're still a human being. But then again, I also have elderly parents and minor children, so I guess I see it both ways. I wouldn't want to hit anybody. I would rather hit something that's going to hurt me than hit another person. Dude, guys, like... I actually cannot burp on demand. I have never been able to. I'm kind of sadly disappointed by this. That was... My wife can, but I can't. I think she can, anyway. I don't know, she's not home for me to ask her. We're going green today. Green, 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 green. What am I doing? I don't even know. Also, at any of my lives, if you guys have requests for true crime series that you would like, or a true crime segment that you would like, please feel free to drop it, inbox it to me. Just drop it in the comments of my lives, put one on any of my videos. Like, I will definitely add it to my list, which I had to start over because I lost my old list. Just great. Hair president. It's just plain simple. I don't know why it's so fucking quiet. I've turned this TV show on like 6 times now. I feel like.
had Cheryl and Gary. That would be Sherry Kay's
Okay, back.
parents. And then in the other house, you had Sherry Kay, her daughter Stacy, and then Scott Moody living in that house. The strife between Sherry and her parents was her choices and lifestyle. She would allow the children to have parties at the house with beer. With it being a small community, the detectives and deputies on the scene would have known the connection between Sherry Kay's house and her parents.
The police, they have this one scene, and they're working this crime scene, and they know that the family's connected, the grandparents are connected, so they go down there, one, to make sure everything was okay, and two, to see if they knew anything.
So they immediately went down there to knock and check and see what was going on down there. They found that the door was locked, no response. And they called, forcing the door open.
What investigators are about to discover will significantly up the stakes of their investigation.
At Cheryl and Gary Schaefer, this would be the grandparents, their home, the killer entered and first confronted Gary, shooting him a total of 3 times, all in the head and neck area. The grandmother stepped into the kitchen area and was shot in the face, and then again in the back of the head.
With the discovery of the grandparents' bodies, police now have 3 generations of one family dead in adjacent crime scenes.
The killer locked the door and then went a quarter of a mile up the road to the second farmhouse and shot everyone, killed them as they slept. Megan Harris was downstairs on a sofa. Sherry Kay Schaefer was found upstairs, having been tucked in neatly after being shot. The killer then would have gone to Scott's sister's room and shot her. She actually heard the shooter go into Scott's room and heard a no, 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 and shots then. That would have been Paige. And then Scott, twice in the head.
You're there too? Is Mom Brandon? No, I can't fill a pulse. You can't fill a pulse? No, you don't know the address. Can you go outside and look at that mailbox? Yeah. Go outside and look at the mailbox. Find out what the address is. Oh my God! God, I'm sorry. What? Oh my God! I saw me trying to. What's the matter? Oh my God! What is going on, honey? The son and the girlfriend are beat up too. The son and the girlfriend. Okay. I gotta call this out of here. I gotta get off the phone from you. What's wrong? I need the address, honey.
God, that would be so sad. I could not handle that.
Stacy later told detectives that she remembers hearing.
You're running away? Why are you running away?
And then Scott's body was then found next to Paige's on the same bed.
As police search for the gray-haired man, they continue to pursue other
Gray-haired
threads of the
man.
investigation.
Detectives, as they talked to people who had been at the house the night before the slayings, nobody noticed anything particular. There was nothing that triggered, there was no yelling, no screaming, no fights between anybody.
The town is divided on different theories of what happened. There was another big headline story at the time involving a man who had strong ties to the mafia. He was a chop shop king, so to speak. And the same detectives who solved that
Thank
case
you for sharing. Thank you for the
because
likes.
there's 2 big headline stories happening
On
the
my
same
way.
time. You must
Okay. If
All
you
these
say
conspiracy
so.
theories is everyone is basing what they know off of second or third hand accounts, or even fourth hand accounts, or even just simple gossip.
As the investigation continues, questions begin to arise about the gray-haired man.
Sheriff Michael Henry that day made an effort to get before the media very quickly. I think he wanted to reassure the community best he could that this wasn't some random killing. Detectives were able to talk to Stacy soon after the shootings. They tried to get there as fast as they could. They went to Columbus Area Hospital, and she mentioned a gray-haired man standing over her. She recalls this gray-haired man. She was convinced that that individual was the one who had shot her.
Pressure mounts on detectives to locate.
Does it look like I'm ready?
I remember CNN, NBC, Fox.
I'm ready for you to be home, yes, but I'm not actually
they all had
physically
their truck
ready.
And they were all doing their story.
So I guess that depends on what you mean by you ready.
Newspaper, we had the New York Times, I remember coming in.
There was so many people speculating on this happened or this happened, and so many different stories being told, and it's just one of those things where you don't know what to believe.
As Stacy recovers in the hospital, her memory of the killer begins to change.
One of the first paramedics that would have been on scene was a gentleman by the name of Don Jones. Don's been great probably most of his adult life. I've known the man for well over 15 years. She later came to the conclusion that it was Don, this paramedic, that she saw.
At first, Stacy was elusive, and I believe she was trying to protect someone, saying that a gray
I did not.
did it. One of the detectives that investigated this and that questioned Stacy later on went to have an alleged inappropriate relationship with her. But the relationship happened after the murders. The community and many believe that it happened before, and that's why the murders happened. As if it was to cover up for this inappropriate relationship.
It's a small town, so once somebody hears something, then everybody hears something, and then it's switched 6 different ways before you hear it again.
As pressure mounts on detectives to locate the gray-haired man, rumors swirl around Bellefontaine about what really happened. The one person who might know the true identity of the killer.
I love you too. I'll see you soon.
50 miles away.
There's one survivor, and only she really knows.
More knowing means more doing. Tell me how much weight you lost.
115 pounds. I just took my time losing 5 pounds and then another 5 pounds.
Yeah.
WW helped me break down my goals into smaller goals.
Get your first 3 months free today at WW.com.
Number one for price for 5 years running. Oh, really? Didn't know it was a competition. My name is Dana. Lower prices make you the real winner, Dana.
Right. Right. Right.
Good ripe avocado.
If your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms are stopping you in your tracks,
I'm really debating against
choose
this
Stelara
skirt. I
from the start
don't know if I want to wear it.
and move toward relief after the first dose. With injections every 2 months.
Stelara may increase your risk of infections, some serious and cancer.
I just don't think I'm feeling
Before treatment, get
it
tested
today,
for
especially if I'm going to
Find
go
out
work
if you have
tonight.
infection, flu-like symptoms, sores, new skin growths, have had cancer, or if you need a vaccine. PRES, a rare potentially fatal brain condition, may be possible. Some serious allergic reactions and lung inflammation can occur.
Feel unstoppable. Ask your doctor how lasting remission can start with Stelara. Janssen can help you explore cost support options.
Doug.
Alright, then give me a socket wrench, pliers, and a phone open at libertymutual.com. You can customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. And you can even save $652 when you switch. Okay, I need a crowbar and a blowtorch. Remote. Fellow mechanic. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
In 2005, in rural Bellefontaine, Ohio, 6 people were found dead in 2 adjacent.
I think I'm going to go see if I can buy black capris.
The sole survivor
I just don't feel
of the
comfortable, like,
massacres, memories
wearing a
of
skirt
family
because,
about
you
the
know,
identity of the
time of month,
killer.
girl shit.
Everything that they learned through interviews with people who knew the
And it's like,
family,
but only the second day, so I'm heavy. And I don't know if I want to wear skirts today.
all leads to one person.
Sorry, if you're a guy and you're uncomfortable with menstruation, this is probably not the place for you to be. Just saying. I don't understand what is wrong with this stupid son of a bitch. This damn TV. I didn't want that, but thank you. Just not wanting to cooperate.
All use a little break right now. How about a big break from Bed Bath & Beyond? Get doorbusters and deals on hundreds of thousands of products across participating stores, starting at $5. Now through July 4th at Bed Bath & Beyond.
At Kroger, we believe it takes the right team to bring you fresh produce. That's why we partner with farmers who grow only the best. Because working together is truly what it takes to be fresh for everyone. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
In 2005, in rural Bellefontaine, Ohio, 6 people are found dead in 2 adjacent farmhouses. The sole survivor of the massacre's memories are cloudy about the identity of the perpetrator.
Everything that they learned through interviews with people who knew the family, the evidence that was collected, all leads to one person.
She didn't even admit this at first. And it may have been because she was in shock. She probably lost a lot of blood, but Scott was the shooter. She watched Scott do this. It is really hard to get into Scott's mind the morning of his graduation.
Family therapist Olga Block has extensively reviewed the Moody case files.
For Scott, graduation was a death sentence. For Scott, graduation was the end of his childhood. For Scott, his graduation was the end of his freedom.
So Scott wakes up, walks down from his upstairs bedroom, gets this Marlin 22 rifle, and walks over to his grandparents' home.
I personally hold the belief that something happened when he was at his grandparents' house. Something was said that sent him over the edge. Something made him snap. That's what I believe.
Scott is potentially looking to run the farm, potentially looking to go to college. Scott was torn between the two. He had this immense pressure to follow on in the family legacy, work in the family, but he also knew there was life outside of the farm.
He had this plan, this dream of going to diesel mechanic school, and he was going to go.
He was so hopeless that after his graduation, the only thing that was left for him was to manage a failing farm. And there are lots of legal problems also in terms of them losing their farm. They were behind on payments. There were tax issues. There were so many problems beyond the scope of what he could handle that he thought that the best idea was just to annihilate his entire family so then everyone's problems would be resolved.
Confronts his grandfather and shoots him 3 times. The grandmother apparently walks in to the kitchen, and he shot her straight in the face and then shot her in the head. He then locks the door and makes the walk back to his house.
When he walks a quarter of a mile to shoot his grandparents and then he walks back, that is quite a bit of time. 15, 20 minutes to walk that, and to reflect on your actions, to say, maybe I shouldn't do this. What am I doing?
He then walked back to his house and shot 2 young girls, his sister and his mother, while they slept, and then shot himself twice. That's the story.
Like Megan, many are skeptical of the official version of the events.
they say that he did what he did. How do you shoot yourself twice in the head?
I have only witnessed Scott shoot a gun one time, and he didn't know how to reload it. He barely knew how to shoot it. He didn't know guns at all.
Nobody believes it. I've not met somebody that has said that they believe that Scott Moody's killed his family.
Why don't people think Scott did it? People tend to want to believe a big conspiracy. Do people find it hard to believe that someone so charming, so young, so promising could do something so horrendous? It's hard to believe, especially when it's someone you know, someone you're friends with, someone you love. The shortest, simplest explanation is usually the correct one. And that's what it is.
It does happen. The comment was, it doesn't happen often, but it does happen. The Miami Valley Coroner's Office sees, at that time they said they see about one case a year where somebody had to shoot themselves more than once. He apparently laid down in the bed next to Paige. That first shot didn't hit anything, didn't hit the brain. It went through soft tissue up into the sinus area. That's what the autopsy showed. He then takes the gun, goes to the end of the bed. He's got his feet over the edge of the bed, puts the gun barrel in his mouth, and then with his right hand is able to pull the trigger.
Everything appeared normal and great on the surface, but there are accounts and reports that Scott did struggle with some issues of depression. He was on antidepressants, and there are those who said that he had anger issues.
It's interesting as you look through the reports and the people who did see something happen. Scott was mad. He was moody. He was withdrawn. He was scaring his mom. His mom had gone to this mental health professional and expressed concerns about her son's anger, and she feared him.
The police would have been called out there to family fights. I believe sometimes there may have been instances where Scott had gone off the deep end, so to speak. We do know that there were some inter-family strife going on behind the scenes, as I'm sure is the case with most families.
My mom's kept this tape for over 20 years, and it's just us in kindergarten. Like, there's a song that we sing where we're learning our colors. I think of Scott Moody, I think of a farm boy. A little kid wearing a little flannel.
Okay, and this is the green look for abortion rights today. I now have to go find different pants because I don't want to wear the skirts today. I've decided.
That Scott could have done this. And oftentimes people believe that people...
Join me tomorrow. We'll be doing a look for the Indigenous. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
But sometimes people keep their darkness and their internal struggles very private. And they keep it so private and they're so good at hiding it that eventually it just takes over their logic. It takes over their thinking and it takes over their lives. And I believe that that's what happened with Scott.
I never been with a man.
Anyone would suspect that is capable of murder. It's as if no one really knew the real him or the real her. A killer's inner demons can be so well masked that even those closest to them have a very hard time believing that a loved one is capable of such atrocity. The neighborhoods of North Philadelphia have long had a reputation for being the most crime-ridden in all the city.
That area really wasn't a dilapidated condition. It was infested with drugs at that particular point in time, and it was a concern for the individuals who lived there.
On the morning of March 1st, 1979, 9 9-year-old neighborhood girl Rochelle Graham was about to become the center of a mystery that will be solved by sheer luck 10 months later.
Rochelle was a cute little 9-year-old girl. She was very social. Kids liked her. She was a delightful child. One day, Rochelle went to school and had breakfast. Breakfast was between 8:15 and 8:42. The bell would ring at 8:42. Rochelle's classmates saw Rochelle eating breakfast, but she suddenly disappears after that. She isn't even missed at school. No one knows that she's not there. No one really pays attention to the fact that this child hasn't gone to her first class. About 3 hours later, the police are summoned to an abandoned building that's on fire. They know that there's a body inside because they can smell burning flesh. They go upstairs and they find the body of Rochelle Graham. The only parts of her body that remained intact were her feet. She had on boots at the time. She was still wearing her boots. Her underwear had been ripped off. She was brutally raped and set afire. Before her body was set afire, he chokes her to death.
Strangling is a very personal way of killing somebody because you just don't die quickly. It's up close and personal.
Forensic science in 1979 was not as advanced as it is today.
There's no DNA. At that time, there was even a thought about DNA, but there was no any fingerprints that they found at the site. So there was no real connective link in terms of physical forensic evidence to the crime.
The only clue police have to go on is some strange writing left at the scene, but they're not quite sure what to make of it.
He burns the letters P-E-A in the seal.
Word of Rochelle's mother spreads quickly. There's a killer on the loose. Friends head to Rochelle's home to offer consolation to her family. Among the visitors is 17-year-old Kevin Hughes. When Kevin moves to Philadelphia from California several years earlier to live with his grandmother, the younger kids in his new neighborhood generally thought of him as a good guy. One of those kids is Rochelle Graham.
Hi, I just went live and I didn't
Kevin
wake up.
worked part-time jobs. He would help neighbors with yard work. He did a lot of odd jobs. He was known eventually as the grocery guy. He would deliver groceries. He would help ladies carry their bags to their homes.
He was working most of the time, and he liked his work. Kevin had a real kind way about him. He liked to sing. He was free-hearted, very kind and free-hearted.
Everybody knew Kevin in the neighborhood. They were comfortable with him.
But what people in the neighborhood didn't know was that 3 years earlier, when Kevin was only 14, he had committed a shocking crime.
Dorothy was an 11-year-old girl who knew Kevin. He grabbed Dorothy, pushed her into a vacant building, and raped her. That we know of, that was his first sexual crime.
And there was more.
He told Dorothy, if you tell anybody about this, I'm going to kill you.
In crime-ridden North Philadelphia, a 9-year-old girl has been found raped and murdered, her body set on fire. A local teen in the neighborhood with a history of sexual assault somehow isn't even on the police's radar. 3 years earlier, 14-year-old Kevin Hughes forces an 11-year-old named Dorothy into an abandoned building, assaulting and threatening her.
He told Dorothy, if you tell anybody about this, I'm going to kill you.
But the young girl ignored Kevin's threats and went immediately to the police.
Kevin grew up in a household with a single mother who had some significant challenges.
Dr. Vanjie Agridge has reviewed the case files. The records indicate that Kevin's mother, Rebecca, did not make great choices when it came to her relationships.
Kevin never knew who his father was. His mom was a drug addict. She drank heavily.
She engaged in violent behaviors. Her boyfriends were abusive to Kevin and also raped and molested him.
She included Kevin in on her sexual activities. She would ask him to touch her, to watch her have sex with men. All of this, like around 5 years old.
Those definitely provided Kevin with some mixed, unfortunate messages about love, sex, and intimacy.
His mom would attempt suicide. She would down bottles of pills and then collapse and have to be revived. Kevin saw this not once but several times.
Following one of his mother's suicide attempts, California authorities removed Kevin from her home.
He was sent to live with his grandmother in Philadelphia.
The change was meant to place 11-year-old Kevin in a healthier situation.
It seemed to me that it was a more caring environment, but some of the damage that's already done can't be undone that easily.
The grandmother, even though attempting to do her best, the fact of the matter is she really did not have the ability to do what a true parent or grandparent should do under circumstances.
When we have experiences, each of those experiences is sort of coded in the brain. Ultimately, over time, we develop a kind of neurochemical profile which affects your ability to interpret events in your life.
There's still more on Kevin's plate. Both physical and mental challenges with which to contend.
As Kevin is becoming a preteen and a teenager, he is short. He's only 5'6", and so they nicknamed him Peanut.
He had an IQ that hovered around 79, 80.
Bordering what they termed in the 1970s as mental retardation.
Kids with lower IQs tend to prefer to play with kids that are younger than them. That is not unusual. Without being given some specific skills as far as his sexuality or sexual urges, it appears that he acted on those urges and really did not have any skills in his toolkit that would deter him from doing that.
Ultimately, Kevin was released on psychiatric evaluation for Dorothy's rape.
He had to talk about his sexual desires and sexual problems. And so the expectation was that he would be rehabilitated.
He was given mental health care. He was reportedly terminated because they said he didn't need it anymore.
He apparently satisfied the conditions of probation, and then he went on with his life.
As a new decade dawns in Philadelphia, the Rochelle Graham murder investigation, now 10 months old, stalls for lack of evidence. But the threat is undiminished, and young girls in the neighborhood have reason to be afraid. Kevin's uncle is not convinced that the courts have made the right decision.
Going to that doctor was not any help.
Kevin was not going to be rehabilitated. He was set on finding him another victim.
Molly is 14 years old.
Molly goes to the local eatery and she asks for a cheese stick. The owner tells her to go to the store, pick up some oil so that he can heat the grill.
He sought out these girls. There were girls in the neighborhood. He was developing a pattern. He clearly was a predator.
And somewhere along the way, she comes across Peanut.
Voy a tomarte WhatsApp y no te voy a revelar el ingrediente secreto.
Muchos años atrás, en una noche fría y oscura, le hice un juramento a mi abuela que nunca revelaría su ingrediente secreto.
Yo juro que descubriré secretos de tu abuela. Los efectos de familia son dramáticos. Elegir tu compañía de seguros no debería hacerlo. Cámbiate a Geico hoy mismo para ver todas las maneras en las que puedes ahorrar.
Aún queda tiempo en el reloj. Willingham se acerca peligroso al área. ¡Dispara!
último minuto. ¡Impresionante! Mientras los jugadores se sigan deslizando para celebrar, tú puedes contar con Geico para ahorrar dinero. En 15 minutos podrías ahorrar 15% o más en tu seguro de auto. No solo para llevarse la copa, sino para pasar.
Compared to gig speed from Xfinity, your internet is... Sheila is incorrect. Your speeds are slower than Xfinity, which has fast, reliable internet. Unbeatable internet, only from Xfinity.
Selling your cars doesn't have to be hard. Jumping the Grand Canyon, hard. Mastering the art of Kung Fu, hard. Battling supervillains as a magically transformed yellow bunny,
I said that.
hard.
What?
I like Santa Claus.
Getting an online offer from CarMax, that's easy. Get a real offer on your car in just 2 minutes. CarMax, car selling reimagined. See Minions, The Rise of Gru, only in theaters, rated PG.
All skin goes through rough patches.
My eye.
It's natural. Aveeno Positively Radiant with gentle, clinically proven soy improves skin's tone and texture for a more radiant look in 1 week. Aveeno. Nearly 4 years after being put on psychiatric probation for the rape of an 11-year-old girl,
Are you really complaining
Kevin
right now?
Hughes runs into 14-year-old Molly as she walks down the sidewalk.
According to her, he grabs her, drags her into an abandoned building, and he brutally rapes her the way that he raped all of his other victims. He chokes her, he beats her, he stands on top of
Didn't I
her,
already see you
he
today?
stomps
Yeah.
her face with
Woo,
his feet,
baby.
and
I
then
like
he
it when you
throws
want
her in
to
the closet.
Great.
He thinks she's dead, but she isn't. And when she comes to, she realizes what has happened to her. She looks out and she realizes that Kevin is gone. So she bolts. She makes her escape.
In describing the attack, Molly gives police the name she knows Kevin Cruz by.
She gives them
Again.
the name Peanut.
Where's... Feel my back. With the other hand too. Why'd you go with pink today?
I like it.
I said pink, purples, and blues. This bitch said hot pink.
I like it. You don't like it? This TV sucks.
Why?
It keeps kicking me out.
Yeah, on the Roku.
Yeah. What? What are you laughing at?
Yes, I booze.
Shut up. No, that's mean.
So wifey.
Monster. Yes, it's on. Uh-huh. Okay. Dead? Okay. I gotta get it.
I died in the rain. You can't get it. You have to go and load my bag.
I can't breathe. Thank you.
From the purge.
What'd you bring?
Cat food and dog treats.
That's it?
I don't remember that one. Oh my god, there's titties up here.
Yeah. They've been coming up here all day. They've been coming in and out of the room all day. They said no thank you. I think we could cover out. Don't call it that. I'm also out of them. What?
Open my ass.
I'm just playing.
That's fine. Oh, I'm stuck.
Fucking cum slut.
Just get up out of here.
Ow!
Can't sleep it.
That's not my problem.
Baby.
Yes?
Don't be rude.
But they're rude to me all the time.
Oh my god.
Why am I not allowed to be rude too?
2 wrong, so make it right.
12 do though. That is the magic formula.
I know, start moving. I'm going.
Did you like my numbers?
Want some of this? Want to try some of this?
Put a little in there and see if she likes it. If she doesn't like it, then you don't want to waste it.
This bitch eating the fuck out of it. What are you talking about?
She's all... She's hungry. She's not getting enough to eat. Yeah.
My machine's unplugged.
Huh?
My machine is unplugged.
How?
Fuck if I know.
Did you unplug it?
No.
Oh, I wonder if when she fell off the dresser last night, if she caught it.
Move! Get the fuck out of my way. Shit. Just want to fucking sit. Ain't no fucking room to sit. There's shit everywhere. What?
Also, the pharmacy asked me questions I didn't know the answers to. Are you still taking your Losartan?
No.
Okay, good, because I told them no.
What else? What was the other question?
I don't remember. That was like 4 hours ago. So you don't like my nails?
I do.
You know I did this, right?
Yeah. Where'd you go to get them done at?
Usual place.
Where'd you go before?
True West, or True Nails, or West Nails, or whatever the hell it's called.
And they just made you sit there for no fucking reason?
For 2 hours.
I lost weight before
And
that.
then 3 other people came in after me, and they took all 3 of them before me. And that was when I said, fuck that, I'll leave.
Is that because they had appointments?
I don't know, but I wasn't going to wait.
Well, no, I understand that. How much sex?
2 of them were getting manis and petties. I'd been there all night. I was like, listen, I got shit I gotta go home and do, bro.
Yeah.
And then I was sitting there, and this one lady kept asking me about my nails. She was like, my lesbian nails. And she was like, how long did that take? I said, about 2.5 hours. I think is how long I spent.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, how much did it cost? I said, just under $100. And she was like, you do that every month? I said, no, that's a once in a year, like, pride splurge.
Right.
I said, I'll most likely get it done again next Pride. But no, I don't get designs every month. I usually just get solid colors after that. But,
Right.
like, I don't know what I'm going to do for August. Maybe I'll do red for Kiara, red and black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You shut the hell up with that trash. It's just trash, bro.
I don't know what I'll do for September. I mean, it's kind of the start of fall. So maybe like a light brownish color. And then October, obviously, will be orange and black.
We might be able to splurge for you to get some Halloween nails this year.
Yeah. I could save up for them.
Because that's your favorite. So.
It is my favorite. And then
Star, is that stuff good, babe?
November, I'll probably do a darker orange and a lighter brown for Thanksgiving. And then Christmas will be your traditional red and green.
No. We're doing snowflakes.
Oh, we gotta save up so I can do those?
Yeah. I don't know what I turned on.
You turned on my Xbox.
I didn't turn on shit. Well, turn it off then. I just want to lay down. I'm fucking hot.
I guess I should get dressed, huh? I don't know where the controller is. Do you know how to do it without seeing it? Okay. Oh my god.
What?
I've been recording this whole